welcome to The Traveling Introvert. Today we are going to talk, I am going to talk about an airline and boarding processes. So I did a little bit of traveling. I haven't been traveling for a while, so this was nice. And one of those early morning flights, you get there, you're a little groggy, you kind of have breakfast, but you're not hungry yet. Well, I'm not hungry yet. I like eating later on in the day. And you want to follow instructions, so they're saying, boarding, group number one only. Please, can only group one stand up? Everyone else sit down. And so, we're sitting. I'm in group 3. And we wait. And then say, group two, come on up. And group 2 comes up. And that was it. There were no more announcements. Group 3 and 4 apparently did not exist. To the point where I was like, I'm just going to go on the end of this line and see what happens. And I'm looking at someone and I was like, so what number are you? And she's like, 3, but they haven't called it yet. And the person in front of me, what number are you? She said, 4, but yeah. And so this airline managed to call group 1 and 2 and didn't give any care whatsoever about groups 3 and 4. We get on the plane eventually. Well, actually, no. You know what happens? We get on a bus to get on the plane, which is fine, except the bus gets to the plane and we sit there. Actually, we stand because there's not a lot of seats on this bus. We stand there waiting, no communication, waiting, 0 communication, waiting. The bus sat there for at least 5 minutes, which also always feels longer when you're waiting, not telling us anything. And the plane's in front of us and we can see people scrabbling around and we know there's staff, but just no communication. Then they open the doors and we all tumble out and we get onto the plane. How can an airline be so ignorant of passengers' needs? And we got on the plane. And the funny thing with the way the seats were is that if you were in an aisle seat, you had more leg room. And if you're in a window seat, it's almost like the chairs were in a V shape, so you had less room. It's most bizarre. I've been on a lot of planes. That's the first time I've kind of seen that happen. And I thought maybe it was a one-off because I'm like, maybe something happened, or maybe the chair wasn't put in properly, or the seat back thing was too far. I don't know, whatever it might be. But then when on the flight back, it was the same thing. It was very interesting. And also on the flight back, they did not mention groups 3 and 4 again. Also, with this particular airline, I booked my tickets far in advance and I couldn't figure out my luggage allowance. It was not the normal airline or group of airlines that I fly with. And so I'd look on their website and they'd say one thing. I'd look at my ticket, it would say another thing. I phoned up 5 separate times and got told 3 different things. And eventually we got to the crux of the matter is they'd changed their baggage allowance recently, but it didn't say that on the site. And so I'd booked my ticket so far in advance that I had this rate and this amount, but moving forward, it'd be a different thing. And don't get me started on their app. I love apps. I love the idea of airline apps because you go in, you check in, you have your ticket, everything's wonderful. You can keep there's some airlines where you can see if you have, I'm thinking energy, and energy is not the right word. If you have a battery, no, not even battery. If you can charge your phone, computer, whatever on the plane, if there's food or where the flight is coming from. It's almost like FlightAware, but in an app. And this airline, their app was literally an embedded link to their website. Why have an app? If you're going to have an app, do it properly. So what's the point of this particular episode? Airlines. I'm all for following the rules and getting on the plane when I'm supposed to, but every now and then, sometimes it just pays not to do that because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten on my flight. Bizarre. Looking forward to flying again soon. Please tell me, what are your favorite airlines and why? I would love to know. And what's my favorite airline? Asiana is one of my favorite airlines because you always get slippers. They always give out slippers on the flight, no matter if you're in economy. It's wonderful. All right. Thank you very much. This is The Traveling Introvert. See you next time.